Welcome back, and in our top business story, Dubai International Airport has been named the world's busiest for international passenger traffic and the second busiest for cargo. That's according to new figures released by the Airports Council International. The 2015 ACI World Airport Traffic Report showed that Dubai International serviced 77.5 million passengers last year. That's up 10.7% over 2014, putting it ahead of London Heathrow and Hong Kong for international passengers. It also showed that Dubai handled 2.51 million metric tons of freight in 2015, up 3.4% over 2014, putting it second behind Hong Kong in the international air cargo category. Worldwide airport passenger numbers increased 6.4% in 2015 to almost 7.2 billion, registering increases in all 6 regions. The top spot in the busiest airports overall list for 2015 continued to belong to Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson, with the airport growing 5.5% year-on-year in passenger traffic to the record-breaking total of over 100 million passengers last year. Airport traffic in emerging markets and developing economies grew faster at 8.1%, rather than advanced economies at 5.2% last year, with emerging markets reaching a 44% share of global passenger traffic. The report also said that during 2015, the Middle East recorded 334 million air passengers. That's a rise of nearly 10% over the previous year. Asia Pacific was the busiest region with 2.46 billion, up 8.6% over 2014. Saudi Arabia's balance sheet is forecast to weaken further as the government deficit remains high in 2016 and 2017, according to ratings agency Fitch, while the deficit is shrinking from the peak of 13.8% of GDP in 2015. The ratings agency said that the deficit is likely to be 11.2% and 6.8% of GDP respectively this year and next, before falling to 2.4% in 2018. The improvement of the deficit will primarily be the result of rising oil prices, but the government's National Transformation Programme, presented in June, will also have an important impact. Fitch said as it affirmed Saudi Arabia's long-term foreign and local currency, stating that during the first 7 months of 2016, overall government deposits at the Saudi Arabian Monetary Agency declined 92 billion Saudi riyals to 1,070 billion, or around 46% of GDP. It added that general government debt is likely to rise to 14.7% of GDP by the end of this year, from just 1.6% in 2014, but still well below the AA- category median of 38.7%. Prices for centrally located prime properties in Dubai rose for the 3rd successive month in August, but overall values dropped marginally. That's according to a new report. The August Value Strat Price Index demonstrated mixed price performance for the majority of locations monitored by the index. The report said that monthly uplifts of between 0.8 to 2.8% were recorded for mid-range, high-yielding properties, while centrally located prime apartments witnessed a 3rd consecutive month of uplift. It added that some areas in Dubai saw negative monthly price drops that averaged 1.7% for both villas and apartments. Compared to a 100-point base in January 2014, the August overall residential VPI registered 97.6 index points, with no significant change in values when compared to the previous 14 months, and down 0.6% when compared to the same period last year. During August, the villa market registered 96.7 points, down just 0.2% since January, and the apartments market registered 98.2 points, also down 0.4% since the start of 2016. The report said that price-to-rent ratios were calculated at 19 years for villas and 14 years for apartments, while net yields were minus 4.4% for villas and 5.3% for apartments. And the impact of the softening global economy continues to hamper the UAE's office market, as redundancies in the oil and gas, finance and banking sectors have stifled demand for office space across the Emirates. According to Clutton's 2016 UAE property market report, which was released last week, declines of close to 5% in Abu Dhabi and Dubai were forecast, while Sharjah will witness declines of closer to 10% by the end of the year. The head of research at Clutton's was quoted saying that global economic headwinds in the form of the Chinese slowdown, the era of $40 per barrel of oil, the ongoing sovereign debt issues in the EU, and the global fallout now playing out as a result of Britain's decision to leave the EU are amongst the most significant growth dampeners for the UAE. In Abu Dhabi, Clutton said that rents have remained largely unchanged in Q2, following declines in the previous quarter. The same is true for most major Grade A office buildings in the city, where rents have held steady after the slight falls in Q1. In Dubai, the report showed that during Q2, office rents across most submarkets in Dubai registered almost no change, with the exception of Deira, where upper and lower limit rents appear to be converging. The only location to record a rise in rents was at the Dubai International Financial Centre, where upper limit rents in the DIFC core edged up by 6% during the second quarter.